Look at this number on your screen. $34 trillion. It is a figure so vast that the human mind can barely comprehend it. If you were to spend $1 every second, it would take you over 1 million years to pay off this debt. Most nations would have collapsed long ago under such a burden, facing hyperinflation and total economic ruin. But the United States remains the center of global wealth. Why? How did the world's most indebted nation become its most powerful? This is not a story of simple math. It is the story of the debt empire, a system so perfectly designed that it has forced the entire planet to support the American way of life. Today, on World Treasury, we pull back the curtain on the greatest financial illusion ever created. The year was 1971, a turning point that changed everything. Before this date, the global economy operated on the gold standard. For every dollar printed, there was physical gold stored in a vault. But President Richard Nixon faced a crisis. The gold was running out, and the debt from the Vietnam War was rising. He made a choice that shocked the world. He ended the gold standard. From that moment on, the dollar was backed by nothing but a promise. It became a fiat currency, supported only by the word of the American government. People predicted a total collapse. They were wrong. America found a new anchor: oil. Through a secret deal with Saudi Arabia, the petrodollar was born. Every nation that wanted to buy oil had to first buy dollars. This made the dollar the global oxygen. You could not trade, you could not drive, you could not heat your home without American paper. But where does this $34 trillion debt actually go? It is held by everyone, from central banks in China and Japan to individual investors and pension funds. When America needs money, it issues treasury bonds. These are considered the safest assets in the world. The genius of the system is this: America borrows in its own currency. If a regular person or a small country falls into debt, they must earn money to pay it back. But when America falls into debt, it simply prints the very currency it owes. Technically, a country that owes money in a currency it controls can never go bankrupt. This creates a global trap. The world has lent so much money to America that they cannot afford to let it fail. If the American economy crashes, the trillions of dollars held by other nations become worthless. America is not just too big to fail. It is too big to be allowed to die by its creditors. Think about inflation. When a normal country prints money, the value of their currency drops, and prices for bread and milk skyrocket. But when the United States prints trillions, that inflation is exported to the rest of the world. Because the dollar is the global reserve, everyone shares the burden of American printing. This is essentially a legal world tax. America sends out digital digits and paper, and in return, it receives real goods. Oil from the Middle East, electronics from Asia, and raw materials from Africa. The whole world is working to maintain the value of the green paper in Washington's pocket. It is a silent transfer of wealth that happens every second of every day. What happens if a nation tries to leave this system? This is where the secondary layers of power appear. It is not just about the money. It is about the architecture of global finance. The SWIFT system is the nervous system of world banking, and it is controlled by the West. If you are disconnected from SWIFT, you are erased from the global economy. You cannot buy, you cannot sell, and your economy becomes a ghost town. This financial deterrence is backed by the most advanced military force in history. The debt empire is guarded by aircraft carriers and satellite networks. It is a total system of control that ensures the dollar remains the only game in town. So, is this sustainable? As we reach $34 trillion and beyond, the cracks are starting to show. Alternative currencies and digital assets are rising. New alliances are forming to bypass the dollar. But for now, the world remains locked